In this video on academic essays, I am focusing on the introduction. Now, generally speaking, academic writing has 3 sections, and most of you are probably at least a little bit familiar with these. So you have the introduction, which of course introduces your essay topic and whets the appetite of readers for the rest of your essay. You have the body of the paper, which is really the meat of the essay. It provides the details and main evidence of whatever argument or theme you are covering. And finally, you have the conclusion, which summarizes key points, reiterates what you said in the introduction and the body, and also leaves a really good impression with your readers. In this video, I will be talking about the introduction, which, as it says on the tin, introduces the topic to your readers. An introduction can be anything from 1 paragraph to a whole section of your paper or a chapter of a book. And the point of an introduction is indeed to introduce a topic to the readers. The introduction might include context. It might also include background. Indeed, the longer the introduction is, the more likely it is to include context and background information. There are 2 things which an introduction absolutely must include, regardless of the size. Firstly, it must include your argument, or the main theme of your paper. An introduction must include this, as this is the crux of what your essay is about. The aim, or what you want to persuade your readers to accept, this is what you're going to demonstrate in the body of your work. And indeed, most essays will include something of an argument, and an argument is crucial, especially in academic essays. And indeed, I am covering this in another video devoted exclusively to the topic of how to develop your argument. So besides this focus point, which is usually your argument, or at the very least your theme, the second thing that you must include in your introduction is your pathway. An introduction must contain a pathway which tells readers how you are going to develop your argument. You will use this pathway to signpost the rest of your essay. Let me give you an example. So let's pretend I'm writing an essay called Why Everyone Should Own a Dog. Now, this is not going to be a particularly academic example. This is sheerly for demonstration purposes. So here's the introduction of my essay on why everyone should own a dog. It says, a dog is an animal with 4 legs of the canine variety. It is not to be confused with a cat. They have been mankind's supreme companion for centuries. This essay will demonstrate why it's essential that everyone should own a dog. Firstly, it will note how owning a dog benefits psychological well-being. Secondly, dog owners are safer than non-dog owners as they provide an anti-burglar protection. Thirdly, dogs are valuable assets which render their owners more likable by their communities. And here is the breakup of the parts of this introduction as I noted. So as you could see, I do have some background and context in my introduction, just a couple of sentences defining what a dog is and why that might be important. Then I move right into the focus, or the argument of my essay. And you see I've said the essay will demonstrate why it's essential that everyone should own a dog. So you know this is the main focus, the theme, the argument of my essay, and the entire essay will be aiming to persuade readers of this point. Then I go into my pathway. So you can see I have 3 pathway points, so I'm planning to persuade readers of this argument through these 3 pathway points. Firstly, noting about psychological well-being, secondly, about safety, and thirdly, about dogs being valuable assets. These are my 3 pathway points. So those have been the basics on how to put together a strong introduction with this sort of silly example on an essay on why everyone should own a dog. Do remember that your introduction definitely should include a focus, which is usually the argument, but also might be the theme of your essay. And it also must include the pathway points, showing readers how you are going to signpost the rest of your essay. And it can also include contextual and background information and definitions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do feel free to watch the rest of the videos in this series. There's one on the body of academic essays, on the conclusion, and how to formulate a paragraph. If you have any questions or comments, do leave them below. Please do subscribe to this channel. Thank you.